Oliver, cohort 2024, and my project name is Greening Project. That means I'm dealing in urban farming. With me, I've carried the practical activities that we are dealing in urban farming. We deal into sukuma, green pepper, lettuce, and spinach, and gobe. The problem we're trying to solve here with all the skills that I've said, it's a problem of food insecurity. People are having a lot of problem with food insecurity. When you go to Nakasero market, three sticks of sukuma, it's sold at 500 or 1,000, but we are making a difference by providing for you something which is pesticide-free, because we are using organic materials. We are providing you something which is fresh because it's direct from the garden to you, the consumer. So the gap we are filling here, there is a relationship between the producer and the consumer, and this relationship is what making our market so ready into the consumption. Besides us doing the urban gardening, remember, plants also leads to the rain formation, and when we are carrying out urban farming, we need to see how are we securing the rain. Rain will not be there every day. Besides, we are using the irrigation, we are using also the spraying using the watering can, but can we use also the natural form? The natural form of it all, we secure that I have a hectare of land with 50 trees and different tree species within the school premises to act as a demonstration forest for students who are coming up. And besides this, we are trying to also promote educational sustainable development, where practicals are carried out in the very school, not just students studying something they are not seeing. When you're talking about a forest, we have a forest that we have demonstrated into the farm. We can carry the P1 children to go and see and say, yes, when you talk about forest, this is what we see, and that is what it is. We are reducing waste in a way that we are using bottles, helping us into the vertical farming. That means we are recycling and we are reusing the bottles. It increases environmental sustainability in the way that we are not using pesticides that affect the biodiversity and the ecosystem in our community, and hence it's also promoting the lives underwater and life on land. We are targeting SDG 1, zero poverty, SDG 2, that is zero hunger, SDG 13, climate action, and SDG 17, partnership. Where partnership, we are partnering with NEMA, basing that it is a government agency. Our access to the schools or to the operation area is easy when we have a letter addressing us to the school. For us to access the Chibuli Police School, we had a letter addressing us to the school that it is NEMA in partnership with Educate Agriculture that we are carrying out this activity. One of our target beneficiaries, we are looking at the students. Students are carrying out these activities back to their homes. We're looking at the school communities. Those are parents and school clubs, local community members, teachers, and non-teaching staff. In every operation that we do, we always have achievements. We have half an hectare land used for planting trees. We have 50 trees there. I've also trained 5 communities. The team supervised me from Chibuli, but I've also operated in Kanunga and Kabale, setting up nursery bed seedlings, and also in Gulu. That is where some of my activities are being seen. I've trained 6 volunteers that we are not paying them, but out of the love for the environment and how someone sees you pulling out your activity, they are working with me in collaboration with what I'm doing. Then besides that, I've trained 43 students at Chibuli Police Schools, besides the one of Kabale and Kanungu. 43 students have been trained, and one of them is carrying out the urban farming. Planted 5 vegetables. We have sukuma, spinach, green pepper, lettuce, and gobe. Gobe is easily seen, as I showed you in the photo. Then I've also witnessed testimonies. For those who supervised me during the interviews, we have Miss Namukasa, she's around the school community. She also carried out an urban farming, and part of these products that have come with, she's still on the first season. We have so far harvested 4 seasons. The first season we harvested, that was 350. That was my first ever investment. We got 350. The second harvest we got around 480. The third harvest we got around 650. The current harvest we are still calculating, since our colleague is still into the garden as she waits for the ones in the nursery bed. In my future opportunities, I expect to expand a tree planting area in different regions for demonstration, and also create demonstration farm for urban farming. For example, if the students of JNLC has come for the training, they can use those demonstration farm as an experiment for them to study from their fellow alumni. I also expect to come up with the community cleanups and beautification campaigns within our environment. Also, waste management within the school and waste recycling innovation. The challenges I'm facing have limited funding, basing that I'm just from campus and don't have any, but regardless of the truth, we move on. These are some of the expectations we expect from JNLC. Provide financial support by purchasing for us like materials. For example, next year we are looking at waste management, so we expect things like dustbin. Also, technical support, advocacy and networking with peers in spaces like Miss Nalima. For those who know Miss Nalima, she's into urban farming, and KCCAA, they have a demonstration farm there as you're going towards Intinda. So we would like to have such people on space to guide us and also give us more ideas on where we are weak. Thank you so much.
I have Agente Enterprises. I established this in 2023 around May, and I came for the training in July. So what pushed me to do this is that I'm from Kazo district. One of the problems that we have is unemployment and marginalized women when it comes to farming, women who are participating in farming. So as a woman, I had to see how can I solve these challenges. One of the steps that we made, we trained. As one of the products that's designed hides and skins and carpets, I came with some of the samples which are here. I realized that, for example, as we're heading for Christmas, you can imagine how many cows will be slaughtered on Christmas, on 24th. So what we did, I made sure that I engaged these people right away from the slaughtering. We collect the hides, then we dry them, we put them in salt, we use the knives to make sure that they remove the meat that is in this area. Then after sun drying them, we have some machines that we use to stab these. We cut into pieces. You're seeing it, it has different designs, but there is black, there is brown. So these are different hides and skins, but we get the different pieces to make sure that we collect them to come to one which is designed. So I realized that from buying, the person who is rearing the cattle, that's money. The labor that washes, puts them in salt, drying them, all that is labor. People are getting employed. Then also the finished product that we get, if that hide and skin is thrown away, that means someone is losing over 100,000 because each of that is 100,000. So you look at the yogurt, those are the tins of the ghee. I realized that in the village, most people just get that ghee and store it for visitors eating. Buying from the village, 1 kilogram, you can get it at 15,000. But when you bring it to Kampala with packaged, you can get it at 35,000. Now I said there is a gap. I said these women, if they are trained, make sure that these ladies produce the different products from the ghee. And this is Vaseline. These last three, that's Vaseline from ghee. We mix wax, honey, and different flowers. The other side, that's perfume, the last two from the left. So you can see that it's just milk and honey, but realize that there are different products that we can get from this milk and make sure that we produce the final product at a higher price. We have girls who get married at the age of 14 and 16. And one of the reasons that they give is that I cannot manage to pay your school fees. And your mother has no say because she has no amount of school fees that must be paid. But I realize that women participating in this, producing these products, earning the little amount of money that they can have, they will have a say. Probably if your father can't pay your tuition, your mother will come through and say, no, my child must study, this is the amount of money I will contribute. So I realized that this is solving one of the problems that is causing gender-based violence and the early marriages that are rising in my district. The project has increased income for stakeholders, enhancing profitability for farmers, traders, and small-scale processors. This initiative has stimulated local economies through job creation and vocational training programs. So So the challenges that are faced Kazo district, we have poor infrastructure, we have disease outbreak, limited electricity. This yogurt can be kept for 3 days without refrigeration. Above that, it can easily get spoiled. Then that ghee also, it can take about 3 months without refrigeration. So that's the challenge that we are facing. The recommendations, I would pledge to JNLC to make sure that we have various trainings right away from secondary schools to the institution level, so that each and everyone can benefit right away from the grassroots.
My name is Nadongo Mary Blessing. I am an alumni of the first cohort of the JNLC UNDP training, Build Leadership Training. That was 2023. And it's my singular honor to present to you our project, which is the Saldo Lifesavers and Development Initiative. It is based in Bwaisewan village, Chisenyi zone in particular, where I live myself. Here is a girl that was still at campus and living in her single room in Bwaise, not knowing that in the neighborhood I had children that were sleeping hungry, mothers that cannot take their children to school. We are having drug addicts. At my immediate neighbor is a drug addict in the community where I stay. And the moment I got to realize that, I knew I have a role to play. So, Saldo seeks to make a contribution towards accelerating the achievement of these SDGs, especially those that were reported to be off track for Uganda. Saldo's mission is to empower people of different age groups and gender in slums through skills training, education, and mentorship, with emphasis on children, youth, and women, enabling them to break the cycle of poverty and become agents of change. So like I said, it's already reported, like you've seen. We are off track for SDG 1, poverty eradication, yet we know that even the Bible says for Christians, money answers all. If you empower someone's pocket, you have changed their life totally. Right from themselves, their children, their community. They can make a contribution. It is a medium of exchange. So they cannot access services if they don't have it. They cannot make any other contribution if they don't have it. You need equipment, everything requires money. So for me, poverty eradication stands out. And so all the people in my neighborhood that are suffering, I realized it's because they didn't have money. So I said any little earnings, anything that doesn't require money but still can make a change, we'll start with that. So we got every cheap option of trying to support our community. Being a leader that is trained, I had to add on something, the knowledge I got. So when they come with their experience from the streets and I bring my knowledge that I've got in university and also from these different leadership trainings, then we can make that community better. Trust me today, if you enter Chisenyi in Bwaisewan and just talk of Saldo, they know. My co-founder, the executive director, he's known to, they call him chairman. They call us solution givers. Why? Every challenge they come to our office. Because of the few achievements we have made, the things that we've been running and are still running in that community. So among the things we do, we provide mentorship for the youth, like I told you, and we normally bring, now like these youth that are problematic and streets, like you have to bring people who identify with them. For us, we have our youth that got transformed. As much as they still have dreads, they are useful, and these youth easily listen to them. So they come and as we talk about leadership for them, they normally talk about such issues and how their fellow young people can heal out of them. They give their testimonies. On top of that, we do some skilling programs. These skilling programs are for all genders. There's bookmaking now. The books we made this time around, we were giving our students that we had linked to the different institutions and also other people in the community that didn't have. The drum you see in there is a drum that we use for mixing our soap and whatever remains. That is our office. It's a 2-roomed. But because it's a slum, that is how our rooms look like. Don't get scared. Our contribution towards climate action is, of course, in providing alternative sources of fuel. These briquettes, we use materials that are not from trees. They don't promote cutting down of trees. Talk of some peelings like banana peelings. Talk of maize cobs. If you dry them well, we pound them. You mix with some clay, and then also sometimes some charcoal crumbs. We mix. We already have our clay there. We have a place where we make the team soda machine. When you mix those, it makes very good an alternative to charcoal. And this, in our community, we sell a kilo of these only 1,000. So we make it affordable, and yet it lasts long on a charcoal stove. Some of the challenges we are facing: rent, few skilling equipment, low funds to run activities regularly. Future plans, we hope to strengthen our partnership with schools, tertiary institutions, and universities in providing quality education for our people. Parents to start a school fees saving account. Bongo Clear project, we would like to launch a new project which will be focused on guiding minds and empowering lives, especially for the youth. We will talk about details. Then expand our office space to include a store for donations, an ICT and innovation hub, and a boardroom. Yes, and our recommendations, we recommend all of us here as stakeholders to adopt a bottom-up approach in strengthening systems to achieve the SDGs by 2030. We need to tap into the potential of the marginalized groups, especially the ghetto, for realization of the SDGs. And as I conclude, I leave you with a saying from Julius Nyerere. Back in 1974 at the UN General Assembly in the US, he made a statement and said that the poor are not beggars, but the most important resource of development. Why did he say this? Because they have untapped potential, resilience, and capacity. If we reach out to them, they are there in the ghetto, they seem idle. But if you give them an opportunity, we can transform our society. Thank you.
I'm called Charles Sonnet. I'm an alumnus of JNLC. This particular project is something that I thought I should begin with as an unemployed graduate who went back minus anything, but hoping to gain something with the challenging employment environment. Behind this is the skills we have gained from the previous leadership training. My key take-home of the various learning we took is critical thinking, financial literacy and media literacy, and leadership skill. This particular hub I started is to develop a strong financial performance through increased sales or operational margins to generate strong and consistent cash flow for unemployed graduates like me and majority unemployed youths who are there in the community who never had a chance to go to school. And that responds to SDG 8 that looks at decent work and economic growth. More objective of that particular hub is to promote sustainability and social responsibility through planting woodlots. With my small gains from the Mill Hub project and with collaboration with NFA, I was able to get free seedlings. Because I'm not rich, I'm still starting off. We bought some seedlings and planted an acre of pine and planted an acre of teak to mitigate the negative impact of carbon emitted by my machines. And as somebody who is environmentally conscious, I was able to undertake this as my side hustle. And in this, I was also employing fellow youth who helped me in planting and maintaining this particular woodlot. As I was pushing through, this particular hub was generating me an annual a daily profit of not less than 40,000. because that one engine is capable of working out between 1 to 1.2 tons per hour. And in a day, if put under maximum load, I'll be able to really do some great job using this simple machine. But out of this, I was able to employ this number of youth, between 10 to 20 in casual labor, and 2 were particularly skilled. Those were the machine operator and somebody who could help me pick the money from the milling hub. And I push on with that project and continue on, because in my mind I want to be financially stable as a young person without looking for decent job, and in turn inspire fellow youth to join the movement and push forward so that in the nearby future, remember this training came around September and we were approaching a political season. I want to also continue engaging fellow youth to ensure that we meaningfully participate in leadership as young people, because the greatest percentage of our community revolves around youth. And if you are to see the affirmative action being put, it only provides for 2 representation at the district council. We have the female and the male, but we have the majority young people are there redundant. I decided out of the proceed of this, I started to engage and consult to take and vie for political space. And in September this year, I was able to get nominated to run for District Councillor 5 for Lamour District. And we have been having a lot of conversation with fellow youth at another venture we have opened. It is called Refreshment Hub. That is the hub. It is a large space where we can discuss political and civic engagement with fellow youth and young women to ensure that, given the chance, we push for relevant youth-led policies. We push for meaningful planning and budget to favor the young people, so that at local level and at national level, our issues are being fronted, budgeted for, and planned for. That is the basic area that has been lacking in common. Because I've had so many platforms to speak, but it will reach a point where the implementation remains a challenge. At that local level, I feel I'll be in charge to fully take the mantle to make policies in terms of district ordinance and push for the implementation with the technical wing. Because we may have so many boardroom resolutions favoring the youth, but at the end of the day, you'll realize that the implementation is zero. But I decided to position myself at local level where I can stand in the flow of council, push. When it reached the time for planning and budgeting, I push for that particular area of interest to ensure that youth are heard, youth are planned for, youth are budgeted for, so that we also go ahead and follow the implementation. And you'll realize that in so doing, very many youth will have a lot of space to push forward and flourish in the community. In doing this, I was very careful about my personal gains so that I'm independent and inspire others to do so, and also lead by example.
My name is Mauro Boniface. I am proud to be one of the alumni. I am among the cohort of 2024, the second cohort. Most people think in a common way, but to be exceptional as a leader, you must think outside the box. That's what drove me to my tree planting project, which I have named it Bonifacio, Making the World Greener. One of the things that I also learned from the training was democracy and working together. This has helped me to mobilize communities and involve everyone in decision making. Sometimes if you do things alone, it becomes more of authoritative and dictatorship. Ladies and gentlemen, my project actually is operating at a village called Lualakwa. Lualakwa is found in Lamogi sub-county in Amur district, next to Gulu city. The main goal of my project was to restore our environment and build a greener future for our community. The objectives of my projects were as follows: to reduce carbon content in the atmosphere by increasing tree cover. Basically, if you do that, you are saving a lot of lives. Planting one tree only, you have saved somebody's life, and you have saved lives of many living organisms. Just one tree, okay? 2 is to promote environmental awareness among community members, especially the youth. The youth are the pivotal point which can actualize our vision of planting trees. The elders have the vision, but sometimes the energy and the zeal to do it might not be there. The next one is to improve soil fertility and reduce land degradation. Pines drop large number of what we call needles. They don't have leaves. Those ones, when they rot and decompose, later they make the soil more fertile. And when the trees are cut, maybe in a later time, that soil becomes so good for crop production. We are making the soil better. Another one is to support community livelihoods through free tools which have been counting their names. The next one is the medicinal trees. I'm also carrying out some research. I want to begin planting some of the medicinal trees like moringa, neem, which is called as Zadirata indica. Very important. It's curing a lot of diseases, by the way, including syphilis, malaria, some skin diseases, and other. Because sometimes when you are struck by snake, these venomous organisms, when you are treated with such the leaves of such trees, you get healed. Another one is my target beneficiaries. Who are my target beneficiaries? The local households in Lualakwa. When my friend Adrian went there, she was seeing some of the tree species already being used. I can sell some in the market, others are being used at home. 2 is the youth groups and school clubs. I am a teacher, I didn't tell you, I'm a teacher of agriculture, science, education, agriculture. I bring learners come from different nearby schools to learn how to do agroforestry and how to do other projects within my farm. That is very true. Another one is the smallholder farmers which are around. Some of them come near my place, some of them come at my home early in the morning. Lafon, because from home there they call teachers Lafon. Lafon, is there any work to do? Is there any work to do? I always support them. I say, yeah, there is slashing of under the trees. Go and do something, and I pay them some money. That's really supporting the what? The local communities. We have already actually nurtured and planted about 1,200 pines which are living. They are very healthy. We have some few fruit trees, some medicinal trees also around. And the next achievement is the household people, actually people at our home are now understanding the reason why people plant trees. Through the initiative which I brought, they are getting to understand slowly. The next one is the project is helping to reduce strong winds. The future opportunities include introducing commercial tree species, introducing medicinal tree species, establishing a community tree nursery bed, and then lastly, partnering with research institutions so that I get to know about some of the tree species which can help to stay for long. For example, how to plant shea nut butter. Some of you have heard about that tree. We call it ya from our place. How do we really plant it? I want to get to know how to plant that. And then the challenges include land wrangles. One of my projects crippled because of land wrangles. I planted the eucalyptus, the community members came and uprooted all of them. They uprooted all of them, and I reported the case to police, and we are still handling the case. Other things is dry climate. In Gulu and Amoro, when it reaches dry season, sometimes the temperature goes up to 40 degrees Celsius, which is very dangerous if you plant your trees late. So that's one of the problems which I faced. The recommendations are as follows. 1, I humbly call upon JNLC, UNDP, and their partners to continue supporting young leaders. 2, I am somebody who likes to learn. if possible, I want JNLC and UNDP to humbly support a person who wants to learn. I actually enrolled for masters last year, but due to financial problems, I did not complete. So, if possible, that could be one of the supports they can render to us. Then, lastly, financial support and giving maybe what we call seedlings to the young farmers. Ladies and gentlemen, protecting the environment is not an option. It is our responsibility. Together, we can build a cleaner, greener, healthier, and future communities. Thank you.
Okay, by name, I'm called Kaiser Allen. My workplace located in Mbale Central Market. Byenayiga mu gurupu ya Julius, Nyerere, Mandela, Sangala, so Mbale training byanyamba nnyo nga nze omuntu. Bwe najja mu training nali nkola naye nga mpulira ne byenkola sibyetaaga, sibirinaamu nnyo mutima. Naye bwe najja mu training ne ndaba nga for sure it can help me, ne kinnyongeramu amaanyi okwagala ebyo byenkola. Ngamba kumbe nange nsobola okukola ekintu nga kino n'ennyamba bannange abo abatalina buyambi bwonna. I can do it. Ate nga ne bensomesa nabo Mukama abayamba ne bayiga ate tebalwawo. Basomesera mu myezi 3 omuntu aba ategedde ekyokukola.
Ndi wano okwebaza abagenyi baffe abeefisiza ku budde ne bajja ne batukyalirako ku nteekateeka yaffe eri wano.
Nakuba bangi tebatumanyi naye ngeri gy'omunsi bagenda tumanyi.
Wekiri.
Tweyanza nnyo tweyanzeege tukisizayo ku kadde okujja tulaba.
So apart from the range, we also have our gymming point here. It's locally made. As you see it, it's completely locally made. It's for weight. You sleep under and you lift to make the muscles. So these are just made from here by ourselves. Also, this at first we did not have a punching bag, as you see. We have a punching case, but we don't have a punching bag. So this is what we have been using as our we can demonstrate. So that is how we do, because we do not have a bag. So we are improvising, using creativity in the leadership.
My name is Simon Itachumar. Yes. I happened to attend a training that was in Mbale, that was organized by the Julius Leadership Center.
That was which year?
That was last year.
Last year,
yes. From the training, I learned that you have to really start from where you are. Look around for the resources that you have, and look for the project that you can actually do based on the resources that you have. Yes. So I came up with this idea of starting a poultry project. So I had to start with the little that I have, but the main focus is to really expand. And the reason for expansion should be to bring other people on board, to train other youth, because the most important thing is, yes, you have the skill, but then are you able to really scale it up? Yes. I started with 80. Yes, but these ones are broilers, but they are coilers. They are now around 3 months. You see they are moving around.
So you started with the croilers?
Croilers.
Then after you upgraded to
this one. So
for the croilers you started?
Croilers started with 80. Yeah.
My name is Alejandro Bonyo. I come from Lira City. The project I'm doing is basically community-based. It engages the community a lot. And one of them is environmental conservation. When I was working out of JNLC training, I was given a seedling. So when I moved back home, I planted the seedlings and it was looking good. Later, I saw it would be much more better if I plant more trees. So I bought some trees and I have a garden of these seedlings. It's looking nice. It conserves the environment. it employs some people also, because I planted them in my home village, and there I need to get someone to protect them, some people to weed. I got motivated by that. Then I thought, how about I preach this to other youth? Then afterwards, I started a movement, Unity for Good, whereby I collected friends who could only help me with 5K monthly. I created a group and I managed to get 100 friends. And these 5K, I can say we used to reach out to the less privileged youth in my community. One, we go to orphanages. The orphanages where we reach and we take the little needs we can afford. We reach out to street kids. We make them know that they need to start something little. I reach out to the RCC of my city, Mr. Nyerere, to help me be the patron of that challenge. And I also reach out to the Lord Mayor of my city to help me be the chief advisor, so that when people see them, they would understand that we need to reach out to the youth. We need to preach the good news to the youth. We need to teach them how to fish, not just getting fish that you will eat today and tomorrow to be done. Few challenges. I do this on my own. My aim is to conserve the environment more. My aim is to reach out to many more youth I can, and I believe with time I can do that. Then we have political indifferences in our communities, which is a great hinder to these projects. Then we lack sensitization. Many people in our communities are still not sensitized about these projects. I mean, what we learn in the trainings, they don't know leadership, they don't know financial literacy and all those. Finally, to the JNLC and its partners, you people are a great team, and I can attest to you that you're doing wonders to change and sensitize the youth in our country. To me, I would think you reach out to the grassroots, not only getting them from universities, but we have those who are deep down in villages, do not go to school, but somehow they need to be sensitized.
On the side of branding, right from the training, I started working on my social handles to improve on the public image, especially digital image. And on leadership, actually the training got me when me and my team were stuck between going for LC 5 or Member of Parliament. Many were advising me that since the constituency is too small, I should take on the parliamentary role. But again, the team advised that we can take on the LC 5. And I remember in the same training, we had a segment of decision making. And one of the key issues was, if you're a leader and you're not ready to take decisions, then you better go and rear courts. So from the training, the first meeting was at IIU with my team. And we chose to go for LC 5 slot. And on 24th July, I was entrusted by over 160 voters of Namisimba district. I won by 81%. We had the 4 members. I was the youngest, I was the brokest. I think I was even the sharp. In everything, the rating, my rating was, I think, low. But the advantage was, I was the most exposed, I was the most educated, and I had numbers.
My only weakness was to mobilize them. So from the training and the element of mobilization, we had the tasks to mobilize resources, but mostly human resources. Because we had the people who believed in us, but me and my team, we had holes among ourselves. So I had to first build the confidence with my team from the skills I learned from the training. And then we moved out as a team. The mission was to win. And after primaries, we scared most of our opponents. There's only one who was sneaked in on the last minute. We are having engagements, but if still means on the ballot, we only two. I'm very sure that on 22nd January, I will be announced the winner. I also encouraged so many younger people to join politics. My council, where I'm going to be the chairman, will have 54 councillors. 39 of them are below 30 years. There are so many challenges, especially with young people in politics. For me, the first challenge people are saying, but he's a young boy. The issue of thinking young people can't. But I also kept on telling the young people that we are competing for the same opportunities with the aged. And my message was, we are carrying the youths from the dining hall to the kitchen. From where food is served to where food is being prepared from. Another challenge, especially for young people, I think it's only in my district that those who had the money failed. For us who had no money, won. We only lacked money, but we were very organized. And the issue of money in politics, it was a very big factor. And it's still a very big factor. But for me and my team, again from the training, that if you are available to your voters, they rarely ask for money. But if you appear as a guest, for me, I sleep in my district, I work in Bali, I live in at 5 a.m. I report back at 2 p.m. every day. And the entire evening I'm always with them. So it's, and they also know I'm broke. So if I give someone 2,000, even them they wonder. I don't understand that Jewa. So one, we didn't hide in posturing that we have a lot of money. We kept on telling people that we don't have, and even up to now, I've been outside there receiving countless calls. People just represent me on barriers. Now they are moving with their flag. The other day we received our NRM flag from National Chairman. It's one item I'm using as a campaigning tool. My team is moving that flag in each parish. For me, I'm this way, but on ground they are doing some work. So by the time I go to pick the flag, it will have moved in all the 163 parishes. See, the last cohort, I was the only person from Namisindwa. How I wish we had many. So I really beg that if we increase on the number of people to benefit from such initiatives, it will really add on the number of young people to participate in politics. 2030, I need to be the first member of parliament from this house that I will represent JNLC, Alumni. That one, it's sure. Wherever you will be read from the headlines that after swearing in, our next mission will be parliament. Maybe by 2030, 2040, if God wishes, we shall also take a step for the presidency. But for now, from LOC 5, we are going to Parliament. I want to thank NCL and also appreciate the fact that you made a forum to check on progress. It also energizes us. How I wish we organize similar engagements now with our people down there. That please keep on following us, keep on supporting us. We represent the youth voice. Thank you.
Basically, today I'm here to talk about Auto Pitch, our project. That is the Registries and Livelihood Empowerment Initiative. Our major focus here is empowerment through tree planting, piggery and poultry projects. So how does this start? After the JNLC in partnership with UNDP and UMY training that happened in Bali, I learned key things that changed my mindset and triggered this initiative to start. Number one is youth empowerment, inclusive on economic growth, climate resilience and governance. In Elgon region, basically Glambuli, where I am born, we suffer from landslides and mudslides mostly. And growing up, my own grandmom, the maternal, passed on because of the landslides. That was way back when I was young. I came to realize the need for us to curb mudslides and to preserve our environment. So I mobilized a few youth. Those were 3. The neighborhood, one of them is my own brother, and spoke to them about what I had learned in the training and told them that we can be the change that we want to see. But if we plant trees, we can actually end the landslides and the mudslides. And they bought the idea. My major aim was to see that those who have been affected by the landslides majorly, each household to have 10 trees planted. And we succeeded in that. The objective, number one, is we want to find solution to curbing the landslides, to see that we solve that. We plant trees in the Elgon region and stop the landslides, save lives, and we also improve the livelihood of people through the piggery and the poultry project. I would request, why I'm here is to sell this to you, the UNDP and the JNLC. If you could stand with me to fund this initiative, we could save lives and transform our community.
My name is Mwebaze Bruce, former student at Nyerere University, and I was a reader while I was at Nyerere University. I happened to serve as the GRS in Civil Hall and chairperson, College of Natural Sciences, CONAS. But during my journey of leadership, I happened to be part of JNLC, Julius Nyerere Leadership Center, and we had a training, a cohort that happened at Protea Hotel. We had several speakers and they talked very many things. They talked about starting up a project as a youth or as a leader, and I brought up the idea. When I was still a student, I was earning some little money from leadership. So I picked up from the little I had, start piggery project and got keeping. The project started in 2023 in November, and they produced very many piglets, but as the program said, we had to impact the community. So when they produce, we sell some, we keep some, and we give out some to people, but on a condition that once it produces, you give to your neighbor or to your friend, so that at the end of it all, we are into this business. If I have enough finances, I would wish to start up the Diroko breed, because the Diroko breed can easily expand. In a space of 2 years, with few pigs, you can be with very many pigs, and I do believe in the coming years, I'll be with enough pigs, and I will also add on the goat project. And also the problem that I normally face here is about thieves. We have thieves because I don't have the clear house for them. So if I have a well-furnished place for them, it protects on the thieves. Also the veterinary doctor. So to get a veterinary doctor, you get a doctor from a far place. Just to come and see around 6-8 pigs, and they charge highly. But when you have very many pigs, at least when you know that the person has come to supervise some good number of pigs. And actually I thank JNLC and UNDP for empowering me with these skills to start up this, because my plan is to make sure I expand and employ very many youth around, so that they can also come and copy from this project, and also to become a teaching center for both the youth and the old people, so that they can also have other projects, and I've already started that.